Hi, good evening and welcome to E18 Yoga in our living room. We thought we'd do it in the living room today. Well, I thought we'd do it in the living room today because I was bored with doing it in the kitchen, and it means I can lean against the post while I'm teaching yoga. No, I just thought it would be a change and something different. So we have 4 minutes till we start yoga. So get your mat out, find a comfortable space. If you've logged on to the event, hello Nigel, how are you? If you've logged on to the event, you should get a reminder coming up. And don't forget, if you missed this, I am going to save it. And so it'll be saved on Facebook, so you can do it anytime you like. And also, I will be saving it to YouTube, so that if you have friends, hello Claire Piper, how are you? If you have friends who are on YouTube, who are not on Facebook, and you say, actually try this class, they can try it on YouTube. Hello, Paul Farley. Well, Paul Farley's going to be my student. And I might actually do some of the class with you myself, just to show you the difference between me and Charlie. But don't tell him that. Oh, the lights are come on. Hello, Linda Granger. How are you? Yeah, so get yourself comfortable. Just remember, please remember that I cannot see you, okay? I can't see what you're doing. I can't see if what you're doing is right or wrong. So you have to be really mindful of what's happening. Oh, hello, Ruthie. Happy birthday, baby. Ruth's watching Charlie, so you can tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hello, Marla. Hello, Vicky. I hope you had a lovely birthday, Ruthie, and did lots of yummy, lovely things. And I really hope you weren't working and you had a PJ day. Hello, Marla. So if there's any if there's any requests of things that you want to do in the class, if you've got upper back, lower back, core, how hard do you want Charlie to work? Do you want to work him really, really hard and do a more intense program of moving around, or do you want to do, he wants to do that kind of yoga. Do you want to do more long hold stretches? So kind of, Sonny's going to give him a bit of a wash because he thinks he's a bit stinky. So yeah, choose what it is that you want to do. We've got 2 minutes. So if there's anything you want to do, please post it up here. I've got my phone and Charlie's phone, so hopefully I'll be able to see you, and then you'll be able to come and join us on there. Oh, Sonny is a licker. Not me. He licks Charlie's feet, his head, his legs, his arms. Any part of Charlie you can get hold of, Sonny will lick. Hello, Dawn Sullivan. How are you? I hope you're well. It's not quite Christmas, but my reindeer stay up all year round because I like them and they make me happy. So I don't care whether it's Christmas or not. We still have 2 more minutes to go before we fully start the class. So if you want to get a little bit of extra relaxation in, you can lay down on your mat. Have your arms by the side of you, palms facing up. Feet as wide as your hips or a little bit wider, and allow the knees to drop into one another. So just find that real comfortable space that you have and settle in. Well, I'm going to move around a bit and try and make Charlie more bendy. Although he is very bendy, really, for someone of his size. So just if you have any requests, hamstrings stretches, quad stretches, lower back stretches, whole body stretches. We can do whole body stretches. Just putting Charlie's phone down, having a drink of gin and tonic. Not yet. Not quite yet. So just make yourself comfortable. Charlie, put your arms down by your side. Palms facing up. Hands a little bit away from your body. And start to breathe in and out through your nose. As we've just started yoga class. Are you all right with Sonny, or do you want me to move him? Just ignore him. Take it like a fish pedicure by a dog. Okay, so start to breathe in and out through your nose. As you breathe in, feel the tummy rise. And as you breathe out, the tummy falls. Breathing in, feel the tummy rise. Breathing out, the tummy falls. Breathing in, feel the tummy rise. Ribs expand, collarbones lift. Breathing out, collarbones sink. The ribs go back down towards your spine and your tummy is drawn away and away to the earth. In time with your own breath. feeling your lungs expand front, back and sides as you breathe in and out through your nose. Your breath should sound like a gentle wave on the ocean. It shouldn't be forced, it should be nice and easy as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Hello Jill Stevenson, how are you? You've made it early, not in time for relaxation as normal. During the yoga class, we're going to breathe in and out through our nose. Listen to your body and practice yoga with how you feel today. This is your time, your space. Do what feels right for you. If you feel any sharp pain, stop what you're doing and just come to a neutral position, either laying, sitting or standing. Just remember that I can't see what you're doing. So if something doesn't feel right, then stop what you're doing. Yoga is not competitive. You do not compete with yourself or with anybody else, even from the last time you did yoga. And just because you could do something last week doesn't mean to say you can do something this week. So just be mindful of listening to your body. Take a few moments, a few breaths. Notice your points of contact against the floor. And make those points of contact heavy. Listen to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And start to bring awareness back into your body. Being aware of your breath and the movement of your lungs as you inhale and as you exhale. Be aware of your fingers and your toes and start to move your fingers and move your toes. A really soft nod of your head from side to side. And start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. And then a stretch of your arms over your head, a nice big stretch and maybe a nice big yawn. Oh! I tried to stop Sonny. Hello Angela Sims. Jill's got a little bit of a lower bad back. So we'll do some stretching out on the lower back and some strengthening for the back as well. And I suppose a lot of you working not in your normal workspace, so not at your desk, may have a similar issue. So we'll work on that. Sonny. I've moved him away once. He's just gone straight back in. So bring your hands back over your head and bring your knees in towards you. Give them a nice big hug in. Draw the knees in. Keep your head on the floor. Keep your hips and your feet the same distance apart. So don't have your knees close and your feet wide. Just make sure that they're the same distance apart. Relax your shoulders down. Make the arms nice and heavy. And each time you breathe out, draw those knees closer in towards you. And then there's going to be that gentle rock from side to side. It's not a big rock. You're not going over as far as you can. You're just moving your knees just a few centimetres from one way to the other. Your head going the opposite direction to your knees. A nice way to release into that lower back. Just keep gentle rocking from side to side. The other name for this pose is Apanasana, which a direct translation is the gas ejector pose. So Sonny, you are taking your life in your hand by being at that end of the mat. Fraser, we just started teaching, thank you. Fraser's not joining in. He's just quite noisy. And then come back to centre. Place your hands on your knees. And then just gently circle your knees one way and then the other. That's Fraser going in the snack cupboard. In a minute now, he's going to think it's okay to play music or a video, and then I'm going to have to go out there and tell him it's not. And then separate the knees separately and do the knees 3 times one way and 3 times the other. Now, if you do get lower back, this is a really good way to release that lower back. Okay, it's a really good way to release it. Just get the hips and the back moving. And just keep moving them around. And this way the shoulders are getting a bit of a move as well. And then when you come back to center, place your feet flat on the floor. Now bring just your right leg in towards you and stretch your left leg along on your mat. Just draw it in. Keep drawing it in, drawing it in, drawing it in. Nice big stretch. So you have to be a bit aware of hamstrings. Are you wearing supportive enough shoes? Because if we're at home working a lot, we tend to be wearing things like slippers and flip-flops, which offer no support to the arch whatsoever. So just think about doing tiptoe work while you're cleaning your teeth, just moving up and down on your toes, just to keep the arch and the muscles on the bottom of the feet nice and strong. Okay, so now take hold of the right knee with the left hand. Draw the right knee over to the left, bring the right arm up in line with your shoulders and turn to look at the right hand. Now keep the shoulders on the floor. If it's too much of a stretch for you, you can place the right foot or the right toes on the floor for a little bit more support, or maybe put a cushion underneath you. Or maybe get Sonny to sit there and you can rest your foot on the dog. Just keep breathing, opening up the chest, opening up on the lower back. And breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, come back to center. Place the right foot flat on the floor and bring the left knee in towards you. And stretch the right leg long so Sonny can lick that leg now. There you go. Charlie won't need a shower tonight because if he's so clean, because Sonny would have cleaned him all up. Keep hugging that knee in. Nice big hug, allowing gravity to help, allowing gravity to pull that knee close to the chest. Breathing in here. And when you're ready, take your left hand and put it on the outside of the right knee and draw that knee over to the right. Hello, Stan Allen. And the left arm is out to the side in line with your shoulder. So if you lift it up a little bit higher, you'll be able to get it. Yeah, there you go. Having a dog lick you while you do yoga is an optional extra. I wonder how long it is before he stops. So keep breathing, keep both shoulders against the floor. Try and make sure that it's your right ear that's to the floor. So that when we turn our head, we really lift our head up and turn it. And we keep breathing, allow gravity to help. Remember, you can put the left toes on the floor if you wish to give it a little bit more support to this twist. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Hello, Lorraine, how are you? Hope you're well. And then bring both knees back in towards you. Both knees back in towards your chest. Hugging them in. Resting your head on the floor. And then breathe in here. And then breathe out and see if you can bring your nose between your knees. Curl up like a hedgehog curling up. Curl up like a hedgehog. And you might put Sonny off from lifting your head. Have you had enough now? Are you going in for some more, Sonny, or are you going to sit on the chair? Don't really know. He's doing something. Keep curled up, curled up, curled up. And then relax the body down to the floor. Knees pointing up towards the sky. Back of the head on the floor. We're just going to do a little bit more back strength, back opening. So we're going to go into Setu Bandhasana, our bridge pose. So breathing in is lifting up and lifting the tummy button up towards the sky. And then breathing out is rolling the spine back down towards the floor. Make sure your knees and your feet staying the same distance apart, and you're taking your knees towards your toes as you inhale, lifting up, rolling the shoulder blades together, and as you exhale, rolling down. The closer your feet are to your bottom, then the more a stretch you'll get in this pose. Just lifting up and lifting down. In time with your breath. Remember, you shouldn't be able to hear your breath. It should be like a gentle wave on the ocean. So just think about nice, soft breathing, lifting up and lifting down. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Really stretching out on the quadriceps, on the front of the thighs, on the front of the hip flexors as you lift up. And then come all the way down to the floor. Now, see how you feel about bringing your fingers to point up towards the sky. So interlace your hands and bring your fingers up towards the sky. Lovely. And then cross your right ankle onto your left knee. And see how you feel about lifting up into a bridge pose. Now, if this is too much for you, then place your hands on the floor. So inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, rolling back down. Breathing in, lifting up. So remember, if it's too much for you, if it's too big, then bring the hands back down to the floor. You set, so you're lifting up and lifting down. Beautiful, good job. And let's just do one more here. And coming back down. Now keep the cross on your legs. Take your hands and interlace them behind the right thigh. So one goes the left thigh. Sorry, I'm trying to, anyway, the left thigh. And we're going to draw that knee in towards us. Keep drawing it in. Drawing on the hamstring. If you can do it with your head on the floor, fantastic, but not if you're poking your chin up towards the sky and hyperextending the front of your neck. So keep drawing that knee in towards you. The important thing with this is actually that the lower leg is relaxed, and this knee that you're holding is pointing straight up to the sky. It will try to go over towards where the bent leg is because that's the least line of resistance. But we want that leg pointing up towards the sky as we draw it in. Now this is the piriformis, which is right in the bottom, is one of the things that can cause lower back. So this is a really good way to stretch into that piriformis. And then release and place both feet on the floor. Excellent. Back to your neutral position with your knees pointing up towards the sky. And then cross your left ankle onto your right thigh. Take your hands and point them up to the sky. And then when you're ready, start to do your bridge. So as you're breathing in, you lift up. And as you breathe out, you roll down. The closer your foot is to your bottom, the more of a stretch you're going to get. So inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, coming back down. Really try to keep that the left hip open and the knee pointing out towards the sky rather than pointing up. And keep lifting up and down. Good job. Let's do one more. And then coming all the way down. Release your hands down to the back of your left thigh, of your right thigh. And draw that knee in towards you. Remember, you need to make sure that knee is pointing up towards the sky. Bring your chin in towards your chest pull. So if you can't get your head flat on the floor, keep the chin curled in towards the chest. Sorry. Did you use the headphone? I know you did. drawing it in, drawing it in, drawing it in. Seeing how close you can get that thigh. Feel that real big stretch in your bottom. Can you feel the stretch in your bottom? Yep. See? And then release. Okay. Straight, place both feet on the floor and then bring both knees in towards your chest. Either cross your ankles and take hold of your feet or hold behind your thighs and then rock yourself up into a seated position. And come to a comfortable seat with your legs crossed. Sit up nice and tall. Wonderful. I'm going to do a nice little stretch now. Right, so wiggle your bottom back so that your feet are at the top of your mat and legs are straight. Okay, take your right leg out to the side just so it's in line with the edge of your mat. And then bring the left heel in towards your bottom. So you're like going into a sprinter start. Your left heel in towards your bottom. No, out to the side. No.
That's my left hip.
Bring your left heel in towards your bottom. So you're in like a sprinter.
Knee out to the side.
Knee out to the side, left heel in towards your bottom. Okay. Can you see that? The left knee goes out to the side and the heel comes into the bottom. The dogs are very helpful now. If it helps, you can take your right leg out a little further. I think the dogs are going to help you now, Charlie, because then you're going to come forward towards the top of your mat. And you helping, Petal? I don't think Petal's helping with this stretch at all. So I'm just going to sit alongside Charlie and show you on the other side in case you can't see what he's done. So the left leg's out to the side, the right heel's come in towards the bottom, and then we're going to lean forward towards the top of the mat. So we're not going down one leg, we're going towards the top of the mat. And then bring yourself up. And then turn your tummy towards your bent leg. So your right hand's on the inside of your leg. And then we're going to lean over to the side and see if we can bring a hand over the head to take hold of the toes. Ably assisted by Sonny and Petal. I don't know if you could see me. I was hoping you could see me. That's good, Paul. And then bring yourself up. And take both knees so they point up towards the sky. Now take the left leg out to the side. Take the right knee out to the side as if you're about to do a sprint or a hurdle position. Bring that heel in towards your bottom. And then with your hands in the middle of your legs, start to walk towards the top of your mat. That's good, Paul. You see? Perfect. I should have done this side first because this is better. If you can, keep the toes of the straight leg pointing up towards the sky because then you get an additional hamstring stretch as well. Hello, Jane Collins. How are you? I hope you're well. Keep stretch. Sonny is going to run out of saliva soon because he hasn't stopped licking Charlie. And then bring your hands back in. Sit up nice and tall. Turn your tummy so it faces towards your bent leg. And then slide your left arm on the inside of the left leg. Right hand over your chest. Try and keep your face nice and relaxed. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. I won't do this one anymore, Paul. And if you can, toes of the straight leg go up towards the sky to encourage the hamstrings to open. Breathe, 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 breathe. Keep opening, keep opening, keep opening. And then bring yourself up. Bring both knees so they're facing up in front of you. And maybe a little hands behind you, sway the knees from side to side. Beautiful. And then roll over on so you're onto your hands and knees. And have a seat back on your heels. Start off on flat feet. Sitting up nice and tall, opening up on the front of the ankles. And if you want to include a quad stretch in this, you can walk your hands behind you and lean back, or just lean back without having your hands behind you. We're just going to lean back a little bit. Your knees may float a little bit up off the floor. They may not, depending on how stiff your ankles are. This is quite a strong stretch on the ankles. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Oh, again, you're going to choose how long you stay in this for. So when you've had enough, bring yourself back. And return to all fours. Let's have a stretch out on those feet now. So take your hands, one hand's distance forward from your knees. And lift up and back into downward dog. And then just start to step in place with the heels. Nice and slowly, a nice big stretch. One way and then the other. Releasing into the back of the leg, the back of the calf. And then bring yourself forward, roll forward all the way into a plank position. And then with control, either knees down or knees not down, lower all the way down to the floor. Elbows under the shoulders, feet as wide as your mat, front of the feet against the mat. And bring the elbows in nice and tight and bring yourself into a Sphinx position. Lift your chest up and look up towards the sky. Keep breathing, keep bringing your chest to your hands. And then lowering all the way down to the floor. Bring your head to the floor. And with the knees as wide as they are, bring your heels in towards your bottom. Take hold of the ankles. And draw the feet in towards your bottom. If your head is off the floor, lift it up so it's in a neutral position and not hanging. Lift your head up, Paul. Keep drawing the knees in towards your bottom, kicking your feet in towards your hand, opening up on your chest. Seeing if the knees and the thighs and the knees will lift up off the floor as much as your chest is lifting up off the floor. Keep pushing into your hands. And then when you've had enough, release down towards the floor. Release your feet, hands under your shoulders, and push back into an extended pose of the child. Stretch your hands forward. Bottom sits on your heels. Walk your... That dog is a pest. Walk your hands round to the right. Put your left hand on top of your right. Don't bend. Keep the arms nice and straight. Sonny. Thing is, I'll let him out and in 2 seconds he'll be scratching at the door to come back in again. That's what I mean. He's a pest. Really? Walk your hands back to center and then go the other way. Arms nice and long for the stretch in the side of the body. And then bring yourself back to center. Toes tuck under, knees slide in, and lift yourself up and back into downward face dog. Beautiful. Make sure the knuckle of the index finger is against the floor. Lift up the right leg behind you and take the left heel in towards the floor. Yeah, you're fine, you're clearing it. And try and straighten that leg as much as you can. And then breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring your knee to your nose. Come forward into a plank and curl up, so weight goes through the arms. And then exhale back into downward three-legged dog. Stretch that leg long, take that heel to the floor. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the right knee to the right elbow, rolling forward into that plank. Exhaling when you've had enough, back into three-legged dog. And then inhaling there, and as you exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Back into three-legged dog. And then bring your right foot between your hands. And look forward and lunge forward. Really sink the hips down. Come up on the fingertips if you need to as you lunge forward. So this is we're going to do another one for the lower back. So we're going to use the cat position in this lunge. So breathing in, the back knee bends down towards the floor and you look forward. And then as you exhale, it's not on the floor, it's towards the floor. And as you exhale, you straighten both legs as much as you can and look back towards your back foot. So breathing in, lunging forward, bending the back knee a little. Exhaling back to straight legs. So just keep going within your own time. So this is a really big hamstring stretch. It's also a really big lower back stretch. It helps keep your back strong and supple as you move through here. So just keep stretching and moving. Let's do one more exhalation here. Legs straight, exhale. And then you bring yourself forward into low lunge. And then lift up your right hand to the sky and open out to the side. Nice twist. You can put your back knee down if you wish to, if it makes it a bit easier, or if you want to be more demanding, you leave the back knee up. And then the right hand comes down, and then you push back into downward face dog. If you need to have a little rest, rest whenever you need to. So from here, you would rest in pose with a child. If you're okay to do the other side. Charlie, are you okay to do the other side? Yeah, cool. Lift up the left leg behind you. Take the chest back towards your thighs, head down towards the floor. And then inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left knee to the nose. So you roll forward almost into a plank, but curl your knee in towards your nose. Exhale again into three-leg dog. And this time, left knee to the left tricep. So you come forward into the plank and bring that knee out to the side. And then back into three-leg dog. And then left knee to right elbow, twist across the body. And then back into three-leg dog. And then you bring that left foot in between your hands. And we're going to cat this lunge. So inhaling, looking forward. Exhale, rolling back and straightening both legs towards and looking towards your back foot. So in time with your breath, inhaling, coming forward, exhaling, going back. Breathing in, And breathing out. Inhaling, last exhale. And then return to low lunge. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lift up the left hand and open out to the side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. Lovely opening across the chest. And then that hand comes down and we step back into downward face dog. Bring yourself forward into a plank position. Up to you whether you want to do this with your knees down or with your knees up. And we're going to lower down into chaturanga. So that's halfway between a plank and the floor. And then lower all the way down to the floor. Place your hands on the floor underneath your head, stacked one on top of another arm, knuckles up towards the sky, and then just relax everything down to the floor and roll your head across your knuckles, releasing into the back of your neck. Just roll your head from side to side across your knuckles, releasing into the back of your neck. Now, when your breath has returned to normal, whenever that may be, take your hands back under your shoulders and push back into downward face dog. Lift your right leg up behind you and step it between your hands. And from here, come up into high lunge. Arms over your head. And breathe in here. Keep that stretch going on the front of the right hip flexor. Left hip flexor. And then exhale and open up into warrior two. So the back foot swivels round. Right knee is over the right ankle, shoulders are level, and sinking the weight down. So the weight from the belly button down goes down, from the belly button up goes up. So we're light in our upper half, sinking in our lower half. Inhale here, and as you exhale, back into peaceful warrior. Yes, Roger Marsden. You're here. Nice to see you, Roger. You're a bit early today. He's not ready for relaxation yet. And then the right hand comes down onto the right thigh. Left hand reaches over the head and you open up the chest to the side. So you're reaching it as far as you can. Keep opening the chest to the side. Breathing, breathing, reaching with that hand, trying to get that upper arm as close to your ear as you possibly can. Keep reaching, keep opening the chest to the side, feeling that lovely stretch along the side of the body. And then when you're ready, exhale into peaceful warrior. And then windmill your arms down to frame your front foot and step back into downward face dog. Roll forward into a plank position. This helps strengthen all of your core muscles. If you have a strong core, then it will help support any kind of back injury you have. So it's important that you keep your core strong. And then bend your elbows back into chaturanga, knees down or knees up. So you're halfway between a press up and the floor. And then lower all the way down to the floor. Take your arms out at the side so they're in line with your shoulders. Feet flat on the floor. And take your feet so they're as wide as your mat. Tailbone going down towards your heels. And then inhale, and as you exhale, lift the upper body up. So you're not pushing into your hands, you're just lifting the upper body up. The arms come up off the floor as well. If it's too much with the arms up, you can put the arms on the floor. And breathe. Feel your upper back, lower back, all of your back strengthening. And when you've had enough, you decide when that moment is, you lower down towards the floor. We could time to see how long Charlie stays up for. It could be a competition. Although yoga's not competitive, remember. So lower all the way down now if you're still up. Hands onto your shoulders. Push back into downward face dog. Lift the left leg up behind you in three-leg dog. And set the left foot between your hands. Roll up into high lunge. Feel your right hip flexor extending as you sink down. And then inhale here, and when you're ready, exhale into warrior two. So swivel the back foot down at 45, open the arms out to the side, align your shoulders. Your left knee is pointing towards the left little toe edge of the mat. Weight from the tummy down is sinking down towards the floor. And from the tummy up, there's a lightness in the upper body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then inhale here, and as you exhale into peaceful warrior. Sliding that hand down the back of the leg, opening up to the sky. And then into your side angle bend. So the left hand comes down to the left thigh, encouraging that leg out to the side. Right hand reaches over your head. You're trying to get your right arm as close to your ear as you can. Hello, Patricia Ann Morley, I hope you're well. Opening your chest to the side. So you're opening up the chest up towards the sky if you possibly can. Fraser keeps walking in front of the window. I think he wants to show you his lovely haircut. And then from here, back into peaceful warrior. And then wimble the hands down to frame the front foot. And this time onto the toes of the back foot and step the back foot forward. So head towards the top of the floor, take hold of opposite elbows. Relax everything down and try to straighten your legs if you can. If it's too much to straighten both of them, just try to straighten one at a time. Just do what feels right for you. Make the top of the body heavy. And we're just going to hang out here in a forward folded bend in Uttanasana, just stretching out on the hamstrings, on the lower back. Nice and easy does it. And then release your hands to the floor. Come to a halfway lift. And then fold all the way down to the floor. And then nice and slowly roll up into standing. Shoulders in your back pocket. In Tadasana. Everything in alignment. Shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, ears are all in a nice straight line. I'm just going to open up on our feet because we're coming into our standing poses now. So coming up on your tiptoes and back down 3 times. This is the thing that I think you should do most days because it helps strengthen the arches of the feet, helps support the feet. And if your feet are good, then everything else kind of stacks into place on top of it. If you have fallen arches or you pronate or you roll your feet in, then you're not in alignment from the feet up. So then you can cause aches and pains in the rest of your body. So it's always good to keep the feet nice and strong. Excellent, good job. So I'm going to get Charlie to go to the middle of the mat and face the camera because I think you'll be able to see him better that way. And you're going to take your feet wide in a sumo squat position. So you're going to take your feet wide and turn your feet out at 45-degree angles. And then you're going to bring your bottom down towards the floor, making sure your knees point the same direction as your toes. You should be able to lift your toes up off the floor. And then bring your arms up so they're level with your shoulders in front of you. And breathe. And breathe and breathe and breathe. Keep the core engaged, engage the buttocks, make sure the knees are going out towards the toes. Beautiful. Now leave the feet where they are and then come up to standing. Give the legs a little bit of a wobble. Because we're going to do 3 versions of this, okay? So that's our first version. Stay in something as long as you want to. If you want to come out earlier, come out earlier. But just be mindful of the fact that I can't see you. So go back into your, it's called the equestrian squat. So bringing yourself down. Now put your hands on either side of your inner thighs, just above your knee. Palms, because you're going to push into them. Inhale here, and as you exhale, drop the right shoulder down, lift the left shoulder up and push into the right hand. Okay, my explanation was quite cancer. So this is what I want you to do. Drop the right shoulder down towards the middle of the floor and and then inhale back to centre and exhale go the other way.
If you said do shawadi
You do shawadi wadi, yes. Keep pushing that knee out. You don't want your knees dropping in, you have to push quite hard. So inhaling, coming up, you're going to do 2 more each side. Yeah, it is like shawadi wadi. I didn't think of that. What was the song though? Was it Tiger Feet?
That's not.
Oh. What was shawadi wadi song? We don't know. And then come up to standing. Good job. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. Take a breath. Take a breather. We've got 1 more to do. It makes a change from doing Uttanasana with the chair pose, doesn't it? We're doing the equestrian instead. Happy days. Right. Are you ready? Last one. So go back into the equestrian, knees going out in the same direction as your toes, sinking the bottom down. And then you're going to come up on the right toes, up on the left toes, right heel down, left heel down, up on the right toes, up on the left toes, right heel down, left heel down, up on the right toes, up on the left toes, right heel down, left heel down. Up on the left toes, up on the right toes, left heel down, right heel down. Up on the left toes, up on the right toes, left heel down, right heel down. Up on the left toes, up on the right toes, left heel down, right heel down. And then bring your hands to the floor and then heel toe your feet in together or bunny hop them in together. Into your forward fold and then sway the hips from side to side. Excellent, good job. And then from here, roll up into standing. Give the legs a little bit of straight. Right, so stay facing forward, okay? Pull. Sorry, because it's easier for them to see when we're doing these songs. And then we're just going to do a really simple, because I love it, a tree pose, and we don't do it very often. So lift up your right knee in front of you and take hold of your right ankle. And bring the right foot in towards your thigh. We're doing a tree. The right knee comes up in front of you. Take hold of the right foot and put it on the inside of your right thigh. As long as it's not on your knee, it should stay there. If it doesn't like it, it's too high, it doesn't suit your knee, bring it down onto the inside of your calf. Get your focal point. Stand up nice and tall. And bring your hands to Namaste. And then see how you feel about taking your hands up over your head. With your palms together. And then rest the heel of your palms just above the crown of your head. And don't worry if you fall over, that's all good. And then lower your hands to your heart and lower your foot to the floor. Are you ready to do the other side? So bring the left knee up in front of you, take hold of the left ankle. If you're bringing it on the inside of your thigh, if it doesn't suit you there, just put it on the inside of your calf as long as it's not on the inside of your knee. So choose what suits you. And then bring your hands to Namaste. Do you want me to come over? And then when you're ready, you can even have the toes resting on the floor with the knee out to the side. When you're ready, lifting the hands up over your head. If that doesn't suit you, leave them at your chest and leave them to rest just above your head. Could be dangerous walking there, Sonny. You could get squished. And then bring your hands down, foot down and return to Tadasana. Beautiful. Make your way down on your mat, sitting on your bottom with your knees pointing up towards the sky. We're going to try a fire log pose because this is another one that's really horrible but actually really good for your back. So lay your right leg, so it's the shin is parallel to the front of your mat. And then cross your left ankle onto the right thigh. And then try to lean forward. It's not very pleasant, this one, but there is a guy in my class who he's really tall and he can do this. And I'm like, how are your hips so open? But the idea is that the left knee is on top of the right ankle and then you lean forward and fold forward over your crossed legs. I reckon Vicky Thompson can do this one, don't you?
I don't know.
And then uncross your legs. Sway them from side to side. Oh. And then we're going to do the other side. That's the same one. I don't know what it is that stops you from doing it, but actually I think that Paul's slightly better at this than I am because I really, really struggle with this one. Vicky says no chance. What about Holly? Holly must be able to do it. Challenge her to do it, Vicky. Because someone's got to be able to do it. There's one guy in my class who can do this and it doesn't hurt. Everybody else, it really hurts. Or it's really stretchy. It really stretches them. I reckon maybe Ruth Davison could do this. Maybe. Not. You had enough? When you've had enough, you uncross those legs. And oh my Lord, let them go from side to side. If you can send me a picture of anyone who can do that, the fire log pose, I'll be super, super impressed. Okay, so bring your back down to the floor. Keep your knees pointing up to the sky. Holly, you can't be worse than your mum. She's a naughty girl, that holds. Okay, cross your right ankle onto your left knee. Arms out the side in line with your shoulders. Take your knees over to the right, turn your head to the left. Yes, Angela Sims, it is very funny. I get my own back. The other side is better. Yeah, there's always one side that's much better than the other. I did go through a stage of practicing it every day and I was slightly getting better, but it never became something that I thought, oh, I really like this. This is really comfortable. Never. Never, never, never. But this is a nice way to stretch out on the back and the hips and a little bit of your IT band. Breathing yourself in, back to center. And then go the other way. So uncross your legs, cross left onto right, and then over you go. Sonny's coming in to see if he's missed any bits of Charlie cleaning him. He's such a... this dog is daft. He pretends he's deaf until he hears the sweetie jar open, and then he's right in there for the dog treats. And then breathe yourself back to back center. Hug your knees in towards you. Nice big hug. And then take yourself into happy baby. So hold it on the outside of the feet, knees inside the underarms, drawing the knees in towards the underarms and drawing down on the feet, flattening the back against the floor. See, I always called this dead fly, but apparently happy baby is nicer. I prefer dead fly. Breathe, 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 breathe. Keep drawing it in. Now this is such a good stretch to do. If you do it on the bed, you get a bigger stretch because there's more give in your mattress. But it's just a really good one for lower back, for chest. It's just a really good all-rounder. And then release your feet, bring your keep your knees hugged in towards your chest. Nice deep breath. And then make yourself ready for relaxation. Find a comfortable position. If you're feeling a little bit sweaty, you might get a bit cold laying still, so then you might want to put socks on or a jumper on. If you have an eye mask or a blanket near you, you can use that to cover yourself up for relaxation. But just find that comfortable spot as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Shimmy your shoulders away from your ears. Ensure you're completely comfortable. Hi Anna Marie, how are you? Really make yourself comfortable. You're just in time for relaxation, Anna Marie, so well done. Start to listen to the sound of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feeling the tummy rise, the ribs expand, the collarbones lift as you breathe in. As you breathe out, the collarbones sink, the ribs go back towards the spine, and the tummy is drawn away and away to the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in, number your breath 7. And as you breathe out, 7. Breathe in 6. Breathe out 6. Breathe in 5. Breathe out 5. And continue to count backwards in time with your breath. If you lose count, you fall asleep, or your mind starts to think about other things other than your breath. As soon as you realise, inhale, return to the number 7. Exhale 7. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Breathe in 5. Breathe out 5. And continue to count backwards in time with your breath. The aim of this relaxation is not to reach the number 1. The aim of this relaxation is to bring your mind and your body to a point of complete stillness, if only just for a few seconds. If you are still counting, allow the number you're on just to drift away and return to normal breathing in and out through your nose. And then start to become aware of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And start to deepen your breathing in and out through your nose. Start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes and open and close your eyes a few times. Hug your knees in towards you. A gentle rocking motion from side to side before curling up in a ball on your side. And give yourself a few moments. Hello, Anna Marie. Oh. Absorb your relaxation, absorb your yoga practice before taking your upper hand and pushing up and away into a seated position. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining us to yoga. Thank you to Paul. Thank you to Sonny and Petal for their cameo appearances. Don't forget, I will be saving this. I miss you too. I will be saving this. You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. You can do it any time that you want to do it. So just thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of hearts to all of you. So lovely to see you. This is my last one in isolation. After Thursday morning, I can go out. So that'll be really good. So thank you very much for joining us. On YouTube, on E18 Yoga Facebook. If you could share this with your friends so they can join in too, that would be fantastic. And thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate every one of you who comes here, even though we have to put high centos, even though we have to put Charlie through quite a lot of pain and discomfort and doing things like the fire log. Take care. Bye-bye.